Okay guys, time for a catfish update. A few things I'm going to do here today. I'm going to do some work on the filter. I don't know if I've shown the swirl filter I have on this tank. It's just like the one from the frog farm. The only difference is it's older. It's been on there longer. I used to dump it out every day, but I haven't dumped it out now in a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. It's been the same water. So I wanted to see how much is sitting in there, how ugly it is. And the secondary filter, I clean it out every day. It's got the filter material in it. It's quite old, it's quite dirty. And I'm going to put a piece of shade cloth in there underneath the filter material. Same idea as with the frog farm. I want the filter material to catch some of the solids. Now it's the last ditch effort at catching solids before they go back into the tank. So it shouldn't be a big problem. It's all an experiment. We'll see what happens. I'm going to top up the water. We got some rain last night, not much, but enough to top it up a little bit. I haven't changed the water on these fish since they've been in this tank. I don't think I haven't done a water change. I do take some water out to water the garden as needed, and I top it up with rainwater when we get it. There's been very little rain, so that hasn't happened much. So the filter has really made a big difference. The fish are big now. Most of them. There's still at least 2 that are only 3 inches long, but the others, they've been around the 12-inch mark for a long time. This 18-inch walking catfish seems to be a myth. I can't get them to go any bigger than what they are. I think they've maxed out. I've never seen fish even in the wild that are bigger than the ones that I have in this tank right now. Now, they're not all huge, but for the most part, most are in the 10 to 12-inch range. We're going to feed them. Feeding can be an experience. It depends on how hungry they are. Prepare to get wet. The water do fly sometimes, that's for sure. Okay, let's get to it. As you can see, the water is not exactly clean, but there they are. I'm thinking there's around 60 fish, 50, 60 fish in there right now. They eat like savages. It's insane. As you can see, the water is not clean, but there is no smell at all. So that's good. There we go. Prepare to get wet. Oh, come on. You're normally a lot crazier than this. Only a few splashes. Not all that exciting. I was feeding them the other day with the nephew. He was looking over the edge of the tank. He got a mouthful of water. I know from experience, it don't taste good. Well, that was nothing exciting. There's the rainwater coming in. This is rain I caught last night off the roof. I have an east trough that goes into a 2,000 liter concrete water tank. We got a good rain shower, but very short. But it's the first rain in a long time, so every little bit helps, I guess. So this will bring the tank back up to a respectable water level and make the fish happy. Now, the filter. There's the swirl filter. It's very simple. It doesn't have a drain like most people does. You can see the water goes this way very, very slowly. And the solids supposed to sink to the bottom. So you can see it's stuck to the side. Look at the hose. Look at that, huh? Okay, let's dump this out, see what we got. Isn't that lovely? Like I said, this is probably 2 weeks. Like the filter for the frogs, none of this is glued, but it's stuck. Don't need to be glued. Okay, dump her out. There's inside the bucket. It's not as much as the frogs had for 1 week. Surprising. It's pretty disgusting. That's for sure. That's very disgusting. Whew, stinks. Yeah, that really did stink. See the pipe? See the pipe here? Every piece is a different color now. It was stuck really good to the sides. You can see the dirty water line here. It was quite thick. I'm thinking if this bucket had some shade cloth in it, like I did with the frogs, I think I'll wait and see how my experiment goes with the frogs and see before I put it in here. But I think shade cloth in here, something for the solids to stick to, would help. Still works though. Still works really good, considering how much fish and how much they eat. Before I was changing the water daily, every day. And now I don't ever change it, so it works. Now with this filter, I cleaned it about 3 hours ago, this material. When this was new, it looked like Santa Claus's beard. You know, not the real Santa Claus, the fake ones in the department store. But it collected all of this in the last 3 hours. So I'm going to clean this, clean out this tub. As you can see, I have a series of holes there, they get blocked up. So I'm going to clean those out. I'm also going to put a few holes across here, so when it does overflow, it'll shoot out here instead of coming over the top, which is not a big deal. I think with the shade cloth in there, it'll hold the water back a lot more, and it'll take out more solids. That's the plan. Okay, here it is, all ready. That's what the filter looks like inside. Nothing special. And the other filter. Shade cloth in the bottom. Put the line of holes across here, just so it don't overflow as quick. And if it do overflow, it sprays out. As you can see, my rainwater is done. Got a little bit out of it, not much, huh? 300-400 liters probably. Not much. It's the rainy season and it don't rain. There's the electrics from the solar. This comes straight off of the inverter. There's the water. It's hard to get this hose to be where it needs to stay. This is a 1,000 liter per hour pump. Now if it was the hose was flat, it would pump a little faster, but really for what I need here, I need the water to be moving slowly. As it moves slower through this filter, around and around the filter, more solids are going to drop out. And as you just learned from cleaning this out, they're just sticking to the sides. They weren't really a big pile in the bottom. So I think put some shade cloth in the bottom to hold it. They're always hungry. Yeah, I just fed them, what, 20 minutes ago? Not even. Okay, here comes the water. Not gonna be a whole lot to see here. It's working its way down. I will see what happens. The filter material I will clean every morning like I always have been. And I'm just gonna leave the shade cloth in there and see what it builds up. How much it builds up. Give it a week and see how much it can collect. Bearing in mind, this is after the swirl filter, after the filter material. You know, it's like the third filter. I bet it'll catch some. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't. Boy, that's a big fish right there. Some big ones. Okay guys, well that's it for this experiment. We'll see in the next update if this works, and we'll learn from the frogs on what I should put in the swirl filter. I'm thinking there's a better option than a swirl filter. For me, I think the water going in the bottom of the bucket, up through the shade cloth, and out the drain, which is at the top. Will capture all those solids in the bottom. The shade cloth will capture it. Just a thought. That's what I'm thinking right now. But still, it's interesting. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. Catfish dinner coming soon.